What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck OLED and LCD gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna try ourselves out an indie game called Loan Shark. Somebody was curious if it was actually unsupported and didn't work, or if it was just one of those situations where Steam didn't even test it or anything and they don't know. So, figured I will go ahead and do the testing, seeing as though the actual verification doesn't really mean all that much either. Doesn't mean your game's gonna run great. Just basically means it will turn on, you will be able to read the text, and you will be able to select 800p as a resolution. And I think there's like one or two other stipulations. But it's not stuff like it has to do 30 FPS plus, it has to be performance. None of that is anything to do with the verification process. It should be. I think if a game can't even maintain 30 FPS, it should never get a verification badge. That's like the bare minimum for most people. Anyway, enough blabbing about what and whatnot. Why don't we do what we should be doing and go hop ourselves into a game?
Well, alright. This game doesn't really have too much for settings. You really just have your window and your resolution and UI scale. That's literally it. But still seems to get playable FPS. Not the greatest FPS ever by any means, but definitely what I'd say a lot of people with Steam Decks would consider playable. But why don't we go ahead, hop on in, you guys can be the judge of that. So, same thing on the OLED here. Just going to do borderless window and 800p, and that's really all you can do for options in this particular game. But hey, at least there's some. Some games don't have any at all. So I'll at least take that. Plus, I'm glad this game actually seems to have cloud saves. I was not expecting that. But hey, let's go hop into the game. Let's see what it can do on the OLED.
Alright, let's get a little camera-recorded gameplay. Unfortunately, I have no idea what to do. Like, I get I'm supposed to fish, but I can't seem to actually reel in anything. Well then fine, do it right then. And now we can't, like, even cast properly. Okay. See, I don't know nothing about what's going on here. You kind of have to learn for yourself. There's really no tutorial. It just tells you, hey, reel in fish, clear your debt. But I can't seem to reel fish in. I must be doing something wrong, obviously, but I don't know. Every time one bites, I try to do this, and yeah, it just gets away every time. Yeah, but now we're too close, now I gotta reel in. Get out of here, random hair. But seems to be pretty playable. I don't know if there's just a place where it just starts crashing or getting like 10 FPS or something, but... Hey! Alright, what do I do with it? See, this is the problem. I think this is another game that's more designed for keyboard and mouse. It says it has controller support, but... How do I gut it first? What do I do with it? Okay. Alright, we got a fish. We did it. We actually fished. Now I actually get it. I just need a little practice. And to probably actually hear the line and all that stuff. I think that just helps a lot too. And I think you want the middle. Because every time I go to the max, it's like, nope, not far enough from the boat.
Okay. I have a feeling this is not a good idea. Nah, not too close to the boat. It has to be 8. There we go. I think you just want it in the middle. What the hell was that? Okay. Wow, that actually helped my dad out a lot. I have a phone on this thing? There it is. I'm blind as a bat. Anyway, why don't we use this opportunity to move on over to that OLED. Alrighty, time for a little camera recorded gameplay now. But yeah, so far the game runs alright. It's not 60 plus, but nothing that I would say makes it unplayable. But it just says unsupported. Maybe there's some parts later on in the game that just crash or get really laggy. But at least, as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty damn playable for what it is. I mean, all I'm doing is fishing. Would I like 60 plus? Yes. But don't need it. Who shall see the hook? Was that another barracuda? Oopsie, that was horrible. Yeah, I did better the first time when I accidentally did it. Okay, well, whatever. As long as we're over 8, we're good. Someone should see it. I wonder if you ever get, like, upgraded reels and rods and stuff to go further. Probably not. It seems like a little bit too advanced for a game like this, but hey, you never know. Can we do a grouper? These things can get up to like 400, 800 pounds. If this is a grouper, it sure looks like one. Nope. I think it's a peacock bass. Couldn't really read it from behind there. Yeah, it's too small to be a grouper now that I actually can see it. Those things are huge. Even the small ones. Then you got the sunfish. I would hate to be born one of those. You can't even, like, move, really. You're basically just a toy for and a piece of food for every other living thing. Alright,
Who's gonna come for it? Oh, is that another one of those peacock basses? Yep, looks like it. Ah, a little bit too overzealous. That's too close. It's gotta be at least 8 meters. Alright, I think that's the farthest I've ever gotten it away from the boat. Let's see if we get something real good. What are you? You look interesting. I don't think I have one of you yet. What the heck is this monstrosity? Do not lose this thing. Ah, cod. Atlantic cod. Okay. At least I think that's what it says. Half the things are always behind the stat window, so I don't know. Alright, we'll do this last fish and I think we'll wrap on up after this. And alright, I think with that, we shall wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Lone Shark on the Steam Deck OLED and LCD. And while it doesn't get 60 plus FPS, it at least stays over 30 in the area I was at. Didn't have any crashes or anything that I would say makes the game unplayable. But maybe something happens later in the game where like just certain things are all messed up, like video plays and it doesn't play, or maybe it just crashes at a certain point over and over again. No idea. But at least from what I can see, it seems absolutely playable. Not the best experience known to man, obviously, but for a handheld that's as not powerful as this, getting like over 30, it was like in the 40s and 50s most of the time. I think I saw like 36, 37 at like a couple points. But still, more than enough to be playable, especially on such a weak system such as this. I was expecting it to either not launch or run at like 10, 15 FPS like usual, but nope, I was absolutely blown away. It actually performed quite well. And as a bonus, it even has cloud saves, which makes my life a whole lot easier. I don't have to keep starting over. I can just keep going and going. I don't think there's any story to ruin in this one, otherwise I would just restart over and over again. But anyway, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoy making it for you guys. And I'd give you a peace out with the right hand, but I still can't quite do it quite right. So, we'll do a left-handed peace out, and until the next video.